All right, Ray Halbrook live from Grandview High School, where the St. Pius Lancers are going to be taking on Jefferson R-7 in the championship game here. We are live again from the Suntrup Auto Christmas Tournament. We appreciate you guys watching. We'll have Matt Schutte here in a little bit, along with Kurt Boyer. Oh, there's Matt Schutte. How you doing? And Matt will have the game, calling the game for us here in a little bit. We're going to jump down, once I get my camera set up right, we are going to jump down to Michelle Halbrook, courtside, I think, if she is around. She's saying 1 minute. It's no problem. Not a problem at all. We will wait and have both coaches. We'll just tell you a little bit about the tournament so far. It's been some really great games. And just give you the brackets here real quick. Bracket 1, night 1, 2 nights ago, looked like this. St. Pius over Kip, Lesterville over Northwest, Jefferson over Grandview, and Christian Academy over the St. Louis Patriots. Day 2 looked like this. We had Northwest defeating Kip. We had the Patriots from the St. Louis Patriots defeating Grandview, and then in the winners bracket, St. Pius squeaked out a 51-49 game our winner over the Lesterville Bearcats, who just won today, who just won the third place champions. We'll get those game stats and scores here shortly. And then also the Blue Jays, who we will be seeing here shortly, from Jefferson R-7 will be also, they defeated the Christian Academy Crusaders. So we are just seconds away from starting lineups, and we're going to go with our starting lineup with the Jefferson R-7 Blue Jays. Jacob Bridges, a 6-foot senior guard. Easton Knoll, a 6'1 senior guard. Eric Eisenbeis, 6'1 senior guard. John White, a 6'4 junior forward. And Levi Ebersalt, a 6'2 junior center. We have Coach Breeze downstairs with Michelle. Michelle, take it away.
Hello, everyone. I'm here with Coach Breeze. So we covered you in the JCAA shootout a few weeks ago, and you've won 3 of your 4 games since then. What's the key to your success been in the last couple weeks?
Well, we've been playing a lot better as a team. We've been sharing the ball really well, and our defense has gotten a lot better. And really just kind of our overall hustle as a team's gotten a lot better. And with that hustle, the kids are supporting each other and putting each other in good positions.
That's great. So this is an inaugural tournament for Grandview this year. What are your thoughts on how they put things together for everyone?
It's been fantastic. They've run a great tournament here. I've been very impressed. So, kudos to them. It's tough to run a holiday tournament. Hard to get people to volunteer to help, and it's a busy time, but they've done a great job.
Yeah, I think so too. In order for you to have success tonight, who has to step up and have a big game?
Well, our main scorers, Easton Knoll, John White, need to show up, which they normally do, but they're going to need some help. And lately we've been getting some of that help from scoring-wise from Eric Eisenbeis and Cole Holdinghausen. And it seems to be a different guy every night for us. So we just kind of wait and see which one's going to step up. But they're all pretty fired up. This is an emotional game for everybody here. It ought to be fun.
Good luck, Coach. Have a great game. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Michelle. So I got I'll just go ahead and pop you on here real quick because we do have 6 minutes to go, so we got just a minute. Your thoughts so far for the game we just covered? We just covered Lesterville taking on who was that? Christian Academy. Let me get your microphone on. I'm sorry about that.
London calling.
There you
Hello.
go. Okay,
yeah, Christian Academy. So Lesterville, I'll tell you, Lesterville was very impressive.
Yeah.
Didn't get a chance to see the game last night when St. Pius X squeaked by them, but even more impressed with Pius now.
Right.
Because that Lesterville team, that group, they went 8 deep,
right,
and they all played as a unit. They played very well, pumped it inside a bunch, built a 10-point lead in the first half. Christian Academy comes out in a zone, determined not to let that happen, and they shot them right out of the zone and ended up winning by 20.
Right.
So that was a fun game to watch, even though the score wasn't indicative of necessarily a competitive contest or as competitive as we'd like. But Lesterville, if you like watching high school basketball, that was just a fun game
Yeah,
to watch.
fun game for them. Sure was. So starting lineups for the St. Pius Lancers are as follows. Number 5, Dre Townsend. He's a 5'6" junior guard. Jalen Thornton, a 6' senior guard. Josh Rubel, a 6'2" junior forward. Luke Claus, 6'5" senior forward. And Riley Nager, a 6'7" junior center. That is one big boy.
A big, strong boy.
You got that right.
And yet in the post there, yet in the top 15 in the St. Louis region in assists.
Hey, there you go. That's saying something. Michelle, we're checking downstairs to see if we can grab her with Coach Eric Lawrence. She
looks like he's with the officials right now and the captains.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. We talked to him a little bit before the game started.
Right.
And talked about starting lineups. And for the most part, 4 of the 5 have stayed the same all year. Right. The fifth, we're going to get our third partner in here.
Come on in.
The one change today is going to be Caden Cook and Dre Townsend have been kind of swapping back and forth as far as who's starting. Right. And they're going to give Dre Townsend the start today because they feel like he might give them something against Easton Knoll, who is the primary scorer for Jefferson. And if you can shut him down, and we saw that, Ray, about 10 days ago at the Jefferson College at the JCAA shootout, that Knoll had an off night and Jefferson, as a result, had an off night, and Hillsborough pretty much ran away with that one. So they'll see if Townsend can check him and keep him in check, and if he can, then Pius might feel pretty good about their chances.
Great. Michelle's downstairs on the sidelines with Coach Eric Lawrence. Take it away, Michelle.
Coach Lawrence, thanks for coming over for a moment. You've had a strong showing this weekend here at this tournament. What have the key factors been to your success?
Just bringing the energy. Sometimes historically in this program we kind of tend to bring energy, not bring energy. Last night we didn't really have a lot of energy, which I get. It was an unknown opponent, but I think that'll take care of itself tonight playing a rival like Jefferson.
And this is the first inaugural season for this tournament here at Grandview. What have your thoughts been about how they've put everything together for everybody?
Yeah, I thought it's been phenomenal. I thought Mr. Jeffries, the athletic director, has done phenomenal. Hospitality room's been good. The scorekeeper, the scorebook's been phenomenal. It's a grade A atmosphere.
Great. I'm so thankful you stopped by and talked to us tonight. Good luck.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
They're always talking about the wonderful green room, right?
Way to a man's heart.
That's right.
Through his stomach.
Food. A little sideline action for you guys. We are just a couple minutes from the starting lineups and the tip-off. And as we're awaiting that, we're going to step away for just a quick second and hear from Danielle Bentley out at Worksite X.
Danielle Bentley from Worksite X. I just wanted to pop on here as one of the proud sponsors of tonight's event to let you know a little bit about what I do. I am an insurance broker, but not your typical insurance broker. I'm not going to be bringing you rate increases. I'm going to be bringing you rate decreases. On average, we reduce annual premium about 34%, which is pretty much unheard of nowadays. And that's with 0 networks and 0 copays for both doctor and chiropractic visits. We can do things such as create a way for your employees to purchase voluntary benefits without changing their take-home pay. And the best part is it's going to reduce your payroll taxes. So if you're looking for a new way, a different way than going with the brokers that do it the old way, you need to reach out to Worksite X. You may email me at Danielle@WorksiteX.com, or you may also reach me by phone at area code 636-346-2785.
All right, we are back to live action with the starting lineups. If you're watching, please like and share tonight, and we would love you to follow us on Livestream STL, like and share tonight's stream, and follow us on Livestream STL. We are live right now on Facebook. A little later, we will be posting this also to our YouTube, and you can also check us out on Twitter at Livestream STL for upcoming games. So stream your school with us. We've got the Livestream STL Winter Road Tour going on right now. This is one of our games. All right, we are just a couple seconds here from live action. Want to make sure we get our scoreboard right. We have St. Pius on the right side, so they're going to actually be the visitors.
Yeah, I believe that's how it's
They're
set
going to be on
up.
the visiting side, so we're going to have to change that around real quick.
Two seniors and 3 juniors starting tonight for St. Pius. Luke
Mr.
Claus, big shot blocker for them. More numbers on that versus even Nager, who's a little bit taller than him, but he's very aggressive there in the post defensively.
Mr. Jalen Thornton, a multi-sport star at St. Pius.
A lot of fun to
Starting
watch.
the contest.
A lot of fun to watch. Great young man. One of the St. Louis region leaders in steals. Had 5 the other night in their win to get to this game. Well, the key to me is going to be Townsend versus Knoll. If Townsend can keep Knoll occupied and the rest of the team does their job, then St. Pius should be okay, because it'll be tough for Jefferson to have an answer to the multifaceted attack that St. Pius X brings. Jefferson, we heard Coach Breeze say, they need somebody else to step up, and they do, because 2/3 of their scoring comes from 2 players. They've got Knoll and Wyke accounting for 63% of their scoring. And somebody else will have to step up in a game like this. It's a tough contest. Breeze in his first year. Knoll the other night got 30 shots up against Christian Academy, and that'd make me like my coach very much if he allowed me to do something like that. Claus and I believe Wyke with the tip. Yep. Pius wins the trip, and there goes Nager. Doesn't get the baseline jumper to fall, and right away we've got a locked up ball. These two teams know each other very well, separated by just a couple of miles. A lot of these guys grew up together. Played a lot of basketball together, so there's going to be a lot of familiarity out there. Pius in their man defense. Thornton misses the steal attempt. Townsend helps disrupt things, and Nager with the steal, and here comes Rubel.
A little bit more sophisticated offense from both of these schools.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll see in both of the from both teams tonight. Townsend with a nice little fake, gets a little teardrop to fall, and it's a 2-0 Lancer lead with a little over 7 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Our clock people are messing with me. We did have it right. So we'll have to change it.
Oh. Knoll gets a shot off and rims out on a 3-point attempt after a gamble and a loss on a steal attempt, but Pius comes down with the ball.
St. Pius playing very aggressive defense in the early going.
And that's been their hallmark all year. And this season we know that the Misha officials have been told they need to watch the hand checking, watch the close guarding a little bit more, and we've seen that. Pius will pick up some foul trouble by the end of the game. It happens almost every game for them, but they've learned to deal with it. Missed the shot, but Nager with an offensive rebound, and then they eventually get it back into him. Nager, one of the best offensive rebounders in the St. Louis area. Not a surprise to see that. So it's a 4-0 advantage so far for St. Pius X. Knoll, little Euro step, not able to get it to fall. They kick out. Eisenbeis is not able to get that one to finish, but Wyke is when he gets the offensive rebound. Townsend with the ball and kicks out to Thornton. Thornton not much of a threat from the three-point line. Rubel is. He drives, takes advantage of the defense collapsing on him, and is able to get a floater to go in. And that takes us to a 6-2 advantage.
Jefferson's playing a matchup zone. They need to tighten up down there.
If they stick with that too much longer, Pius might decide to just shoot them out of it. And if they do, there's going to be trouble for the Blue Jays. Eisenbeis kicks out. Knoll not able to get that to fall, but Eisenbeis with the rebound. Or no, excuse me, that's Wyke. And he gets the offensive rebound and able to get that in.
If you're watching, let us know where you're from. We love the comments, and we do respond to these comments here. Josh Howell, Daniel Bentley, Jamie Williams.
Oh, no bucket. No bucket. So, but 2 offensive rebounds in there. One for Claus, one for Nager, and a foul before the shot. It'll be Lancer basketball under the basket.
Pat Schaefer and Bering Massman.
A beautiful transition. Claus gives it up out of the double team to a cutting Thornton, who's able to bury it. And that takes us to an 8-4 game.
2 Blue Jays went into the corner. Where's Waldo? There's always going to be a man open.
Eisenbeis not able to get that one to fall. And it's back to the Lancers. Foul away from the basket.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Okay, thank you. Looking through some of my paperwork here. And that's why we've got a 3-man booth to be able to see these sorts of things. Claus passes out of the interior, and Townsend content to set it back up. That's Thornton, excuse me. Oh, finds Nager cutting to the basket. And I think what we're going to see, gentlemen, for about every field goal we see, we're going to see an assist. They're working really well together lately. Oh, block by Nager. And transition, and here comes Thornton. He's going to take it to the rim, gets the bump, no call. Rubel follows the miss and lays it in. And that's going to call a timeout from Sean Breeze, who I don't hear what he's saying, but I see what he's saying, and none of it looks particularly good for the Blue Jays right now. 12-4 advantage halfway through the first quarter. Breeze trying to get some points across. They've had a couple decent looks on the offensive end. They just haven't gotten them to fall. But the trouble, Mr. Geek, has been on the defensive end.
When you're trying to score points, you have to remember your discipline. You have to remember you need somebody back, ready to go, stop that fast break.
And this is a game. These two teams know each other really well. This one, they can say it's just another game, and I can tell you that's a bald-faced lie from the perspective of both teams and both fan bases. Ray, would it be possible to get a crowd shot from one of the cameras at some point, maybe?
We will.
All right.
Michelle's on the sidelines, and she's listening, so I know that she can pan over there in a little
Yeah,
bit. It's a full house here tonight.
We've filled the house, and some of the fans that were here for the previous game have stuck around to watch this one. Knoll gives it up again. He's trying to do a little too much. Rubel is going to collect it. And, they said he traveled. Going in for the lane, maybe one step too early as far as he's picked up his dribble.
We already have fans from both sides. Go Pius from Eric Verzola. Pam Newcomer says, "Let's go Blue Jays." Alex Ruffley, thanks. You're from Festus.
Now, there was a nice drive, and the finisher right there was Levi Ebersold, so he was the recipient of that and was able to get that down. 6-point game.
Billy
Townsend
Rhodes,
tries to answer, airballs a 3, and that bounces out. And with Townsend, good player, getting better every game, but occasionally there's 3 steps forward and a couple steps back. Now, how will he respond on the defensive end? His big job tonight isn't on the offensive end. It's to contain Knoll. He's wearing him like a glove right now. Nager not able to get that one. Knoll with the jumper coaxes it in from the free throw line. That's his first bucket of the game. And it's a 4-point game.
You let that kid slip around the back door on you, then your chances of stopping him are nil, null,
Oh,
and void.
Nager with a beautiful little jump from the elbow. Lays that in. And if they don't contain him, it's going to be a long night for R-7.
That's a
Knoll
gimme.
pulls up from 3, buries it. Oh, he's chatting a little bit, and there'll be some chatter down there. Don't know if we'd want the microphone down on the court. But there'll be a little chatter going on. Townsend's not afraid to talk back to him. He's got the ball now. The big thing, guys, is we don't want, if you're St. Pius, you don't want Townsend trying to get into a scoring battle with Knoll, because nobody in the area, hardly anybody in the area, is going to be able to answer that turnover for the Lancers, and it's Jefferson's ball with a 3-point deficit but some momentum.
Easton Knoll is a better than 40% free 3-point shooter.
You can't help off of him. You got to trust your teammates to do their jobs, and you got to stick with them no matter what, because they will find him, and he is all too happy to put shots up. Got 30 shots up and 31 shots up in their last game.
And throw the ball.
Ebersold, I believe that. Ray, didn't we have this trouble last time? We thought Ebersold was one and 55 was another. It's the same roster, so we'll check on that for everybody.
It was a very accurate pass to the St.
To
Pius
the St.
bench.
Pius, the 10th bench. That's right. Thornton pulls up a 3. He shoots about 3 of those a game. That one doesn't fall. Rebound Blue Jays, and here they come. Knoll from way outside, and it's clings off the right iron. And here comes the Lancers.
I don't know that he's plus 40% from the parking lot.
So, no, that was pretty far out. Thornton with the drive, looking for the contact, got it, but didn't get the call. So, all right, thank you, Ray. So our roster says number 40 is Levi Ebersold. Now, there's a number 55 out there, and I believe that's who it is. And we had some Jays fans helpfully check in with us at the last game, Ray, in the JCA shootout. Maybe we'll get some more assistance. We do appreciate your help. And he pulls up, no good, but Claus with the rebound, and here come the Lancers. Oh, and return favor on the needless turnover. Nager looking for somebody that wasn't there and throws it into the crowd.
That's all right. You know, in the third place game, we would have seen a one-man hero dribble drive right there. And instead, St. Pius is taking their time, looking for the best shot.
Blue Jay ball goes out of bounds, but stays with R-7.
We have a a request from Grant Vyman.
Oh yeah,
he says Shooty for president.
Negative. I'm sure there's some sort of qualifier that would make me ineligible to run. And no, thank you. But Grant, appreciate it. Hope you're doing well.
Given your close relationship with the community of Libertyville, I have to believe that
I would have the Libertyville. I just need to go talk to those
head
friendly
start
folks.
on branding as a politician.
I would, you know what I'd do down there? I'd run down and see if we could franchise Paula's Home Cooking from Lesterville down into Libertyville. Actually, what I do, you know, since we've got the Pius and the Jefferson R-7 game, we'd get my favorite Chinese place in Festus, which is, of course, Lamb's. And Knoll hits no, that's not Knoll. Who shot that?
Number 4.
No, that's Cole Holdinghausen hit a 3 from the corner. Anytime a 3 goes up, we're assuming it's Knoll, but it wasn't in that case. Maybe get Lambs to open up a place there in Libertyville, and I think I'd get their vote pretty easy at that point. Townsend drives, kicks out, good. Townsend gets it in the corner, kicks out again after a drive. Rubel. And eventually they find Nager, who misses it, goes front iron.
Jefferson,
and it's a
just
14-14 game.
Jefferson just playing pesky defense right now. Reaching in, looking to steal the ball.
Sean Breeze is a good coach, an experienced coach, and since he's called that timeout, he's really rallied the troops. Knoll front iron, trying to do a little much. Claus tries a 3-quarter court shot as time expires, and it's 14-14. So good start to the game. Kind of a tale of two parts of the first quarter.
We're told that number 55 is Daniel McWhorter.
McWhorter, okay.
So
whoever did that, thank you very much.
We appreciate that. Sometimes we need the armchair quarterback watching from the the comfort of their home here. So
got it.
So first quarter 14-14. We are expecting just a great game here for the championship.
Yeah, first quarter gives us a tie game at the end of it, and pretty evenly played contest. A couple turnovers each side, but for the most part, mistake-free. I think Jefferson maybe came out with a little bit more nerves than Pius, but they were able to respond with a nice flurry there at the last 3 minutes of the quarter.
Jefferson shooting the ball much better than they did in their miserable loss to Hillsborough.
Oh, they couldn't hit anything. Hillsborough, meanwhile, was just burying everything.
They couldn't miss.
They were pulling up from really some outlandish spots on the court and just burying them. And yeah, it was an impressive. That was a very impressive display what Hillsborough was able to do to Jefferson. Pius ball to start the second quarter. You know, they're almost daring Thornton to shoot from outside. He takes it in anyway and gets the reverse lay-in.
You don't want to let a wide receiver drive the lane.
Elite athleticism from Thornton, and he was really smart there to take what they gave him. Cole Holdinghausen with the shot. In a miss, and out come the Lancers. Cross-court pass. Thornton collects it. They're doing these skip passes. They're working well, and they do it, so then they can get the entry pass in. Claus with the miss, but was fouled. Beautiful ball work, ball movement there.
Jefferson has been losing the foul battle. They didn't get to the line against Hillsborough, so as much as you talk about the cold shooting from outside, you got to get to the free throw stripe too.
If it's not working from outside, you drive the lane. Nager, he gets that one to fall. Beautiful, beautiful shot. And he's fouled in the process. I believe it's Eisenbeis picked that one up. No, White picked that one up. And that's his first. Nager's going to try to finish the three-point play, and that would give them a 5-point advantage if he can put this one down.
What does a small school defense do against an agile big man like that?
Oh, and he finishes. So a 5-0 start to the quarter for St. Pius X. And Sean Breeze is probably thinking the same thing right now.
9 points for Mr. Nager.
And he's averaging about 18 a game, so a nice start for him so far. Nager also, he's 6th in the St. Louis region in rebounding at 11.7 per game. A lot of that, almost half of that off the offensive glass, which is not easy to do. So having an impressive junior season. Knoll guarding Townsend. Nager working up and down the lane. He does not quite three-point range yet. Don't be surprised to see that added to his arsenal next year. Rubel takes it in, but is stripped. Cole Holdinghausen having himself a decent start to the game. White takes it in against Luke Claus, gets the foul and the bucket.
There's one way to earn a free throw.
That's a great way to earn a free throw, and against the top shot blocker such as Luke Claus, the best thing you can do is go right at him. And that happened there. Claus picked up the foul. He'll get his block shots. Certainly he had 6 the other night. But in this case, he picked up the foul. That was his second. And so he's going to check out. And the Lancers are going to go a little small. Here comes Caden Cook, who oftentimes trades off with Townsend as the point guard. Townsend's going to keep the ball. And it's 19-17 with 6:20 to go. You know, if St. Pius could get Rubel started, he's been struggling a little bit shooting the 3. Nager has not been struggling as much, but misses there on the lay-in attempt.
Like to see a little bit more awareness from the Jefferson defense down low.
That was a pretty easy shot. Knoll gets one off, back iron, doesn't make it. Here comes Rubel. Caden Cook thought about pulling up, drives the lane, kicks it out. Thornton left hand, not able to get it to go, but he drew the foul in the process, and he's going to go to the line for a pair.
St. Pius has struggled from the free throw stripe at times this year. We're going to see if they can improve that here in the championship game.
It seems like in the fourth quarter they really tighten up. Thornton back iron here. Hurried that one a little bit maybe, and it's still a 2-point game.
Quite a few visiting watching the game here. Let us know where you're from.
Misses the second one, and that's not going to do anybody any favors. They're going to say that was tipped out by Rubel, so it's going to be Blue Jay ball. Caden Cook guarding Jacob Bridges here. Thornton, the telegraphed pass, easy steal. Misses the bunny. And Caden Cook commits a foul on Bridges 96 feet away from the basket. So a couple errors there. First the good. Thornton with a beautiful anticipation and steal. Couldn't finish the lay-in. And then Cook exacerbates the team error by committing a foul way down the line. And Ray, I know you enjoyed the use of the word exacerbate there.
I do. Word of the day.
Got the officials talking with the scorekeeper. They might be asking, what kind of dumplings are at Paula's Home Cooking.
That's right.
With the chicken and dumplings.
Now,
is it that noodle dumpling, or
yeah.
is it the traditional breaded one?
The previous play is under review.
So while we're at review, they're getting together to talk about it. And we mentioned the wonderful Chinese place locally here at Festus, Lamb's Garden.
Oh, love me some Lamb's Garden. Love going in, talking to Pearl.
There you go.
Get myself some potato beef or something else is equally healthy.
Jennifer Bowling or Go St. Pius. Let us know where you're from.
Hey, the hot soup with red pepper.
Good and good for you. Oh. And everybody there works there, friendly group, great group of people. I'm not quite sure what we're talking about here with the officials.
They are discussing about something.
Could it
be a flagrant?
I didn't see anything that looked like a flagrant there. Did you guys see anything that looked?
I didn't.
No. It might be something to do with the possession arrow.
I believe Jefferson got possession on the last jump ball.
Right.
So it should be the Pius. In that case, it should be the Pius. And you watch a game and you hear the announcer say something like, "Oh, I hate to speculate." Well, I love to speculate. I think speculation is just fantastic. So it could be any number of different things.
Speaking of speculation, Kevin Hawley says Schutte loves his 5-cent words.
I cannot formulate a response that would be appropriate even on Facebook Live. As much as several came to mind immediately.
This is a family show.
It's a family show, and I'm a public school educated guy, so I'm not smart enough to respond to that just yet. I'm really good at coming up with a comeback after they leave the room. So
Okay,
I'll come up with something, probably driving by DeSoto on the way back
There
home.
you go. There you go.
Hey, the subtle dig at the education system.
So
you're riding that political train.
I am doing that. I'm doing just that, but I work for a private school. So I think and my daughter goes private. My wife went private. And my wife I've known her since 1995, so that's 23 years, and I don't know that she's been wrong about anything yet.
There's a Sally from Washington, D.C. on the phone for you.
Yeah.
So, okay, after all of that, it's Jefferson's ball.
And they make a quick adjustment and a quick
Okay, so
swap.
looks like everything's good. And Jefferson did bring in number 40. That's Levi Eversold, I believe.
Full
Well,
court
full
press.
court pressure from St. Pius, broken by the Blue Jays. Knoll with the ball at the top, and now it's Jalen Thornton's turn to guard him. Thornton staying with them. Blue Jays being a little patient this time, and you know that they're wanting to get the ball to Knoll if they can. And almost turned it over, managed to keep it. Bridges with the ball. He's going to reset. Oh.
Little reach there.
Yeah.
Little reach.
Cook was doing a lot of things right, but did a little too much of it and fouled Holdinghausen on the defense in the paint. We're still not in the bonus, so they're going to check in from under the basket here. Knoll's got it. I don't think he'll pull from 40, but I think he was thinking about it. He'll pull from there. And frees himself up for a three from the top and buries it. That was nice. That's just a nice move. He's going to get his no matter who's wearing him defensively. That was a nice shot, but probably want to concede his drive and just stay on that three, at least early. And it's 20 to 19 now. And Jefferson, I believe it's their first lead of the game.
I believe you're right.
A lot of surprised local fans here that thought St. Pius might just run away with it.
I can't. I've seen Jefferson twice. I've seen Pius 4 or 5 times. I wouldn't be surprised to see this lead switch back and forth several times. Two pretty evenly matched teams. Nager from the free throw line. Beautiful, beautiful shot. Caught it, ready to shoot, and buried it.
Double
And gives
digits
the
for
lead back
Mr. Nager.
21-20. Thornton on Knoll. Oh, no. Thornton tapped it away. Knoll was able to track it down. Looked like a walk. Didn't get a call.
Don't think he had
They
full
throw
possession.
it into the post. Thornton picks it up, but then loses it to Knoll, who misses a 6-footer. Eli Boyer had just checked into the game for the Lancers, and he picked up the rebound.
One too many passes for the Blue Jays.
Thornton takes it in. Boyer, whistled for a charge before Boyer can make the three. And, Boyer hit 5 the other night to help get them to this point in their first game of the tournament here. He can fill it as a left-hander, so that's what we'll see from him. But that one didn't go because Townsend got whistled for the charge. Eric Lawrence talking to him a little bit now. 21-20, St. Pius has taken the lead back at 3:45 to go in the second period.
So we're back and forth. Everything's looking pretty good here. Both teams, I think we pretty much expected that.
Yeah, so far, pretty much everything is advertised, and I think that's why we have such a nice big crowd tonight to see just this sort of game. And what they're going to need to figure out at halftime, if you're the Blue Jays, is how to nullify what Nager's doing with, I believe, 11 points already here in the first half. And getting some easy looks, and he's getting those about 12 or 14 feet from the basket, but he's very comfortable with that shot. Blue Jay ball. Ebersold was able to pick up the offensive rebound and the make. Near turnover, Boyer had to tap it and turn. It is a turnover to the Blue Jays, and they have a chance to extend a 1-point lead. Knoll with the ball at half court. Eisenbeiss not able to get it, and the St. Pius X comes down with the rebound. But that's what Knoll needs to do, that drive and kick, because that's going to free him up for some things if his teammates can hit some shots. Boyer is going to let loose again, buries it. Beautiful left-handed shot there. And that takes it back to 24-22 St. Pius. Some full court pressure. Thornton ends up the beneficiary with the steal. Cannot finish with the right-handed hook. But they're staying on Knoll, double-teamed. Thornton and Townsend.
Jefferson does not want Boyer to get cranked up from outside.
No, they do not. Front iron miss for Bridges on the 3 attempt, and here comes St. Pius. Townsend was fouled while driving before giving the basketball up. It was a hold while he was still on the floor. And here comes St. Pius. They're going to check it in from underneath. Still only 6 fouls apiece, so we don't have free throws yet. Boyer's keying it in. Boyer lets loose again, front iron. And the left shot failed him that particular time. And here come the Blue Jays. Bridges lays it in, and that was too easy. And Eric Lawrence is shrugging his in his hands, and he's saying, what happened? Thornton drives, is not able to get it to fall, and he's 0 for 3 underneath. Seems like the closer he's been to the basket, the less luck he's had, and it's a turnover.
What did we see in the last game? There's 4 other players around you.
Jalen, when he's going well, he's passing the ball, and then he's freeing himself up underneath. So far has not quite had that success. Full court pressure broken by the Blue Jays. Tied at 24. Knoll with the ball, Thornton on him. And you figure he'll touch it one more time in this possession. They dip it underneath, and they're able to coax that one in. Eisenbeis, and there's 90 seconds to go, and it's a 2-point lead for the Blue Jays.
Not the arc you want on that jump shot, but he made it work.
But he was able to coax it in. Nager picked up a double team. Beautiful cut by Rubel, who can't get the lay-in to fall. Beautiful cut, excellent pass out of the double team, just can't get it to finish.
Is it the Lancers' turn to get cold from the field in a big game?
Not what you want with a minute to go in a close game in the championship game. Eisenbeis tries it, back iron this time, and Nager goes up, gets the rebound, and a tumble, and everybody's okay, seeing some good sportsmanship down there, and it is going to be St. Pius the 10th ball. Oh, we got a push. Okay.
We should point out there's a minute to go in the first half.
There is a minute to go in the first half. I said first quarter, didn't I?
You said the game.
Then the game. Well, I'm kind of hungry.
Might have caused a few
talking about those
cardiac episodes.
What was those darn dumplings that did it?
Out
talking about
audience.
those. Rubel goes to the line for a 1 and bonus. Buries that one. You know, we talk about dumplings. They got meatballs in the back. There were sandwiches back there. A guy my size is going to break sooner or later. Rubel can't get the second one to go. He makes 1 and 2, 1-point game, 50 seconds to go.
Chandra Palmer, how are you doing? Athletic director over at Lift for Life Academy. We've done a couple of games out there. Great lady.
Knoll picks up his dribble a little early. Thornton on him. Nice find there. Eisenbeis wants to try. You can just see he wants to pull. Knoll's got it. About 8 feet out from the 3-point line. He's going to pull. You can just see it. He's going to get cooked. There, the push off. Buried it.
Pretty.
That was a good shoulder. I wouldn't say it was so much as a push, but a beautiful, a shooter getting himself some freedom and getting himself some space, and he did that. So nice shot, and it's a 3-point lead for Jefferson. 9 seconds to go, so Pius going to go for one more shot here. Thornton's going to drive. Beautiful kick out, but too hot for Nager, and they're going to say Jefferson nipped the ball. So with 2 seconds to go, St. Pius X is going to inbound. Let's see if they got some sort of a lob play or a quick play to cut this to 1 or tie it. Nager catches it, and he can't make it. But with 1 second left, he was fouled, and Sean Breeze is stroking his beard and thinking hopefully happy thoughts down there on the sideline. Nager going to the line for 2 with the second to go. Chance to cut this to a 1-point game if he can hit both. Nice form for a big man. Nice form, period, but nice form for a big man. Very, very fluid.
Nager 6'7", right?
6'7", and I wouldn't be surprised if next year when we're calling his games, he's about 6'9".
Wow.
There's room to grow.
Sure.
He hits the weight room hard, coaxes the second one in with a second to go. And that's the half, 28-27, everything we were looking for out of a championship game.
It is. We are at halftime, and we are going to step away here in just a minute. Matt?
Yes, sir.
Thoughts so far?
Pretty good game. Pretty much what I'm expecting maybe isn't the right word. Knoll's been getting his. Nager's been getting his. So pretty much what you would expect. Which one of them can stay hot in the second half? And then which of the ancillary players, which were the other guys that are part of this, can step up and really be a part for it. So can Thornton get over the little miscues there down low? That would help him. Wyke's got 6. You figure him to get a few more. Rubel, if they can get him on track, he's got 4 points, but if he can hit a 3 or 2, and if they can free up Boyer, that might be an opportunity. Right now, you don't see Pius taking a whole lot of long-distance shots, but I would expect them to extend that out a little bit more in the second half.
Kurt, your take.
You know, everybody always wants to figure out how to make their boys' basketball program better. I think the answer is play like girls. Girls' basketball has a well-earned reputation for good fundamentals, good coaching, good teamwork. And I think in these two squads here playing for the Suntrup Championship, you see a lot of athleticism and you see a lot of quickness and a lot of good shooting. But you really see the sophistication on offense, the teamwork, the passing, the awareness in the transition game. It's no accident that these two teams made it to the final.
Great takes, guys. We're going to step away just a quick second, and we will be back in just a minute.
Danielle Bentley from Worksite X. I just wanted to pop on here as one of the proud sponsors of tonight's event to let you know a little bit about what I do. I am an insurance broker, but not your typical insurance broker. I'm not going to be bringing you rate increases. I'm going to be bringing you rate decreases. On average, we reduce annual premium about 34%, which is pretty much unheard of nowadays. And that's with 0 networks and 0 copays for both doctor and chiropractic visits. We can do things such as create a way for your employees to purchase voluntary benefits without changing their take-home pay. And the best part is it's going to reduce your payroll taxes. So if you're looking for a new way, a different way than going with the brokers that do it the old way, you need to reach out to Worksite X. You may email me at Danielle@WorksiteX.com, or you may also reach me by phone at area code 636-346-2785.
All right, we are live here at halftime. Great game so far. Jefferson R-7 up 28-27 over St. Pius. We have Kyle Ketcherside from Suntrup. And Kyle, we really appreciate you guys stepping up and being a part of the main sponsors for this particular tournament, this being the inaugural season. Tell us a little bit about the process on how this came about.
Oh, it's one of those things where I actually played for Don Jeffries
Nice.
in high school, and he ended up buying a car from us, and I'm our finance director, so he was kind of doing some paperwork and kind of hit it off with our GM, and
Great.
and so kind of asked about it, and the Suntrups are such a great organization whenever it comes to giving back to the community and doing things like this. So it's just a pleasure to be a part of it, and just really proud to be in the running for it. So.
And Kyle, what location are you at?
So I'm at the Suntrup Nissan store. It's on South Lindbergh.
Out at South Lindbergh. So if you need a car, go out to South Lindbergh, right?
Yeah, we'll take care of you. And new, used, whatever you want, we're there.
Right on. And so we just really appreciate the all of the things that have come together with all of this, and just tell us a little bit about just what. I guess, have you been here for some of the games? Or just tonight?
I've been here for, I guess, the couple of games that led to the championship game today.
Great.
And, man, it's just great to see some basketball. Right. And all these kids are going all out. And, again, we got a 1-point game in the championship game. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Right.
It's great.
And last game was went into overtime. So, you had they've been great games so far. Interesting teams. They've come from a lot of different parts of the area. Some pretty rural, some right down the street. And so I think Coach Jeff or Athletic Director Jeffries has done a great job of recruiting the proper amount of teams and the proper amount of talent for a tournament like this. And
he's always been that way. He's always been great about giving back to the kids and getting everybody involved. And he gives his heart and he gives everything. He gives 110% every time he does it. And he's an amazing asset to the school and just a great person to know.
We just saw Jefferson R-7 make their way back onto the court here, and so Kyle, we appreciate you guys so much out at Suntrup, and
absolutely.
We're just hoping to see a great second half here.
Oh, we will. It's exciting. We're going to see a buzzer beater. We're good.
Okay, he's calling it, guys. It's going to be a buzzer beater. Who you got? Who you rooting for?
I'm rooting for a good game. I don't care who does it. If I got to take a stand, a couple of my friends with the Pius. So I guess I can land on that that bandwagon.
There you go. Okay. Well, we appreciate you being on here, and we're going to step away for just a minute, and we will be back with the second half. We are back to live action.
Just in time for a Jefferson turnover. And that means it's St. Pius 10th ball.
First 4 or 5 minutes of the second half are going to be real crucial here.
Oh, I agree. What adjustments did each coach make? Nager from the elbow, front iron, wrestled for the ball. Jefferson ends up with it.
Scott Lotta, how you doing? Jody Court is watching. Barb Boyer, great coverage. Hey, we're getting kudos from the folks out in Facebook land.
Eisenbeis feels it. And that's a 4-point advantage. Biggest lead of the game for Jefferson. Thornton in the corner. Going to dribble around there. Townsend, nice kick out. Rubel just can't get freed up for a 3 yet. Nager picks it out of the air. Thornton just not able to get that one to fall either. But Claus with an offensive rebound, and Rubel not able to get that to fall from
Great
3.
patience there by the Lancers. Neither shot fell, but excellent teamwork, excellent patience. Possessions like that are what's going to win it for you.
Yeah, you're right. 2 good looks at it, just couldn't get it to fall, and that's okay. Knowles got Thornton on him now after Townsend started defending him to start the game. Bridges drives, kicks out to Eisenbeis, who just hit a 3. But now Knowles got it again. Thornton on him. Air ball.
Bad look there. You don't need to take that one.
That wasn't the shot they were looking for.
Noel was looking for a foul there, too.
No, yeah, he was. Oh, but Townsend turns it over. White with the tip out. Noel, 2 consecutive ill-advised shots there. That one hit the top of the backboard and bounced out of bounds.
I want to say something about Jefferson's shot selection right now, but I don't want to insult anybody's intelligence.
They're up 4. Could be up some more. They'll need to work it out. And you figure Noel, this is the start of the second half, and maybe he's just a little excited right now. He'll settle down a little bit and keep getting his points. Rubel for 3. Nice look. Buries it from the corner, or from the wing, rather.
Scott Lotta wants to know how many dunks happened so far tonight. 0.
I've not seen a dunk in 2.5 games.
I don't miss it.
Nager might get one by the end of the game, especially if they do some press breaking. He's gotten a few, been a beneficiary in that.
He's the one closest to the net,
He's not there as much as you would think.
He likes taking that shot there at the key.
Yeah, it opens up things for him later on. Knoll can't get that to fall. Tip can't fall. Rubel comes up with it, and Rubel threw it away while drawing some contact.
Both teams have shored up their interior defense here, boxing out just a little bit better on the glass.
So far, we've seen some pretty good fundamental basketball from both clubs. Blue Jay ball up 1 with 5.5 to go in the third. Wyke, nice little 6-foot jumper there over Claus. That takes it out to a 3-point advantage.
I don't believe that St. Pius thinks the Jefferson point guards can go to their left.
Oh.
And one.
Nager's comfortable to his left or his right or up the middle, and then in that case he goes baseline, lays it in, gets the foul.
If he's comfortable from the free throw line, we got a tie game.
Yep. Might be the most improved player in the county that I've seen this year. Not that he was bad last year, it's just the work he put in over the summer has really been paying off. Buries it, and we do have a tie game. Now, you're the gridiron geek. Did you get to see Pius play much football this year, or Jefferson?
I covered Jefferson a lot.
Graves is a fun one to watch, isn't he?
I love the way they used him. He contributed on all 3 units. Didn't just run him up the middle 40 times.
No. They were able to bring the other Breeze in. Ben Breeze would come in and do that for him too. That nice, well-rounded team. Pius had a nice year too, one of their best years in recent memory. Nager and a couple other guys, Nager, Thornton, Townsend, all big parts of that. Knoll buries the three with Rubel flying right at him.
13 points for Mr. Knoll.
And he's probably not done. Thornton finds Claus all alone, but Wyke blocks. Oh, they're going to call him for a foul.
In the hack.
St. Pius nearly upset Valley Catholic in 2018.
Gave Valley everything the Valley wanted and a little bit more. Claus to the line for a pair. A little bit short.
Now, you think a fella named Claus could make a free throw on Christmas?
You would. Well, I bet he would have on the 25th. Maybe not so much now.
He gave them all away.
Luke, a senior. Oh, that one rims out as well. Misses a pair.
That's their Achilles heel.
Well, he's a senior. He's got experience. He's not the type that's going to take that down to the defensive end. Eisenbeis with the ball at the top with Rubel checking him. Knoll now has Thornton again. Townsend helping out. And a turnover by Knoll. Rubel comes up with it. He's going to lay it in. Oh, Knoll with a nice strip. Not happy about his turnover, but it was able to strip the ball away from Rubel. Pius retains possession.
Good transition defense, but Jefferson could extend this lead if they were a little bit smarter on the offensive end.
Nager sets. Oh, wow. Don't see that much. Nager had a shot blocked. Colin Gosnell was the one that got him there. Eventually Jefferson comes up with it. Oh, boy. Sean Breeze not happy with that call.
He is not happy.
Knoll threw the ball to a teammate, to Eisenbeis, who was just crossing over the line. From up here, it sure looked like Eisenbeis had maybe made it over.
I don't like the call. And watching Coach Breeze.
Coach Breeze didn't like it either. From what I can hear through the headphones from the Jefferson fans, they're not big fans of the call.
I didn't know the air could turn blue in a gymnasium.
It just did. And Pius almost turned it over, but it looks like we got a reach in on Pius. So it will be Blue Jay ball.
So everything's back where it was.
Copacetic, another one of those, what did he say, a 5-cent word? That copacetic's at least a dime. Now Thornton's going to give some full court pressure to Knoll, bringing the ball up. Eisenbeis freed up.
Look.
And Lancer's fortunate he didn't get that to fall. He's been in rhythm here in the second half. Nager with the rebound.
Nothing wrong with that play.
No, you got a shooter in rhythm and got it right where he needed it and just couldn't get it to fall. That's all right. Three-point contest, 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Partially blocked. Holdenhausen, but Blue Jays recover. Eisenbeis feeling it. Not much arch on his shot, but if it works, it works. And that time it does from just inside the three-point arc. And now it's a 5-point advantage for Jefferson. That's going to elicit a timeout. Elicit's a nickel word, not dime, but a nickel word from Eric.
Hey,
Lawrence.
sometimes the straight ball works, especially in bowling. You know, I'm just saying.
It worked there. 5-point game, 2:38 to go in the third.
We're going to step away for a quick second. We'll be right back.
Danielle Bentley from Worksite X. I just wanted to pop on here as one of the proud sponsors of tonight's event to let you know a little bit about what I do. I am an insurance broker, but not your typical insurance broker. I'm not going to be bringing you rate increases. I'm going to be bringing you rate decreases. On average, we reduce annual premium about 34%, which is pretty much unheard of nowadays. And that's with zero networks and zero copays for both doctor and chiropractic visits. We can do things such as create a way for your employees to purchase voluntary benefits without changing their take-home pay. And the best part is it's going to reduce your payroll taxes. So if you're looking for a new way, a different way than going with the brokers that do it the old way, you need to reach out to Worksite X. You may email me at Danielle at worksidex.com, or you may also reach me by phone at area code 636-346-2785.
All right, and we're back, I believe. Here we go. St. Pius just missed a three-point attempt by Caden Cook. Knoll brings the ball up, gives the ball up, and loses it. Luke Claus comes up with it, and here comes St. Pius. Nager finds a cutting Claus who can't get the finger roll to fall, but he is fouled, and looks like he's shooting a pair.
Well, how about this? Easton Knoll's great uncle is watching from Las Vegas. How about that? Dennis Barr, thanks for watching. We appreciate you.
Luke Claus is going to shoot a pair. Buries the first.
A little bit better form from the
A
line
little
that
bit, but
time.
yeah, calm down a little bit and got that to fall.
Claus is 6'5", but I think the hair gives him another inch or two.
And it helps his shot blocking, certainly. He loves to challenge a shot. He's picked up a season high, I think, was 6 block shots in a game. Buries both, made them both look pretty easy, and now it's a 38-35 game. Subs for both teams. But Knoll's still in there. Knoll gets a shot up, front iron. Nager comes flying in for the rebound and clears it.
Nice rebound by the big man.
Expect him to maybe assert himself a little more as the going gets a little shorter on the time. He misses a jumper there, though. And back comes the Blue Jays looking for a long one. Wyke triple teamed. Kick out, open three, short, but an offensive rebound. Wyke's going to try it. Coaxes it in off the back iron bounce.
Could be one of the biggest fortuitous bounces in the tournament right there.
6-point lead. Cook gets it into Claus. Tries a reverse, gets the reverse.
Nice form.
Very well done.
Lancers needed an answer, and they got one.
We're under a minute to go in the third. 4-point game. Knoll slowing it down a little bit. Thornton on him, giving him the left-hand drive. Gives it up. They key the offense. Nice cut. Beautiful cut. McCorder.
Think somebody got a hand on it.
Get it. 33 seconds to go. What does Eric Lawrence want to do? He wants to find Rubel, who throws up a three, back iron. Impatience there. Maybe would have been best suited holding for the last shot, but that is not their pace that they're comfortable with.
No shot clock in high school now.
Knoll, on the other hand, content to make this the last shot of the quarter. 12 seconds to go, and the Jays keyed their offense.
First team all night to do it.
Rubel tries to get a steal, can't get it. Knoll pulls
traveled
up, and they call a travel.
No shot.
And they're going to just say no shot and not bring the time back.
Interesting.
You know, St. Pius has had a cold shooting tournament. They had a grudging win over Lesterville in the semifinal. Only scored 51 points. You got to wonder when the frustration's going to start setting in.
For this team, it's been the fourth quarter. However, they've been going into the fourth quarter ahead and have struggled to maintain a lead. Now they're going in behind, and maybe that changes the mindset a little bit, and maybe that takes those kind of bugaboos away from them, and they're going to come out firing. So, well-played game on both sides for the most part. Strong defensive performances from each. Knoll's up to 13 points, but Nager's answered them, and that's not a real big surprise that those two are going toe-to-toe as far as the points go.
We begin the fourth quarter, 41-37.
You know, it hasn't been a particularly fast-paced game, so I think the fact that the Jays have a little bit deeper bench isn't going to be particularly advantageous for them. Coach Lawrence only usually goes about 2 deep for his bench, and we've started the fourth quarter. Thornton drives, still can't get that lay-in to fall. However, Claus ends up the beneficiary off of a tipped-out ball and lays that in, and it's a 2-point contest.
Picked up some trash, turned it into points.
Now, Claus is their Esposito. Holdenhausen buries a triple from the corner. And Sean Breeze had said if some other guys can step up, we feel real good about our chances. Holdenhausen, the nice shot there. He's got 6.
Excellent clutch shooting from Jefferson here.
Caden Cook, Luke Claus, and Riley Nager all failed after a couple offensive rebounds, but Eli Boyer calmly sinks a 3 from the wing.
With the lefty.
You give up 3 offensive rebounds in a row, stuff like that's going to happen.
That is not what you want to do. That is not a winning formula. Knowles got Thornton on him and is getting a screen from Wyke. Gives up the ball. They got what they wanted there. He wasn't quite able to get it to Wyke, who had off the pick and roll. Eisenbeis pulls. Not able to get that flat trajectory shot to fall, and here comes St. Pius the 10th. Boyer freed up, left-handed jumper, buries it. You cannot leave him alone. You can let him drive, but you can't leave him alone.
Is this where the Lancers begin to find the bucket?
They've got taken the lead with 6:11 to go. Can Jefferson respond? They're going to try to miss. Claus fouled. Wyke can't believe they called it. Sean Breeze can't believe he committed the foul.
He did.
But he did.
Bad foul for the Blue Jays.
And he knows it. And Sean Breeze is going to take a timeout after giving up the lead. And it's now 45-44. So a seesaw game so far.
St. Pius has gained a little bit of ground here lately. And we want to let you guys know over in the, I guess, being both of these teams being from the Festus area, let us know. We've got 46 people right now that are online. Let us know where you're from. Who you're rooting for. Are you rooting for the Pius Lancers, or are you rooting for the Jefferson R-7 Blue Jays?
Or are you rooting for, like, say, Haytie? And you just
Haytie.
happen to click on tonight just
Right
for
on.
the heck of it.
Right on.
Don't forget Libertyville.
Libertyville.
Those good
Hey.
people out in Libertyville.
Strong contingent.
Meanwhile, a bunch of them are down in Lesterville. They're down at Paula's if it's still open. You know what? Paula probably opened the place up for this big win tonight.
Right.
Heard me talking about the dumplings, maybe getting those fried up right now.
Exactly.
Or maybe Paula's saying, I don't internet, and I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Right.
Here we go, back to game action. 6 minutes to go, 45-44, St. Pius the 10th. St. Pius ball.
Somebody just posted this game is much better than the Orange Bowl.
I saw the score, and I can believe that. Boyer freed up again. He's feeling it, and back iron that time. Wasn't quite as freed up as maybe he wanted to be. Boyer on Knoll, and Knoll shoots, but long.
If Jefferson is going to win this championship, they can't do it by forcing shots.
And that was a textbook forced shot right there.
Justin Ford's from Farmington. He's rooting for a good game. So far, so good.
Another needless foul by the Blue Jays.
And Eisenbeis picked that one up. I don't think we got anybody. Well, Eisenbeis has got 4 fouls, so he would be in what I would call the definition of foul trouble. Cook keying it in. Thornton with the ball. Boyer thought about it with Knoll on him. Cook finds Claus. Claus baby hook, back iron.
That looked good for a second.
Little Dr. J move.
Eisenbeis.
Wait for the good shot here.
Oh, threw it into traffic and lost it in traffic, and here comes Thornton. Finds Boyer cutting to the lane. Can't finish.
Oh.
Guys, so far the story, if Pius could hit their bunnies, to use coaching nomenclature, they'd be up about 10 or 11 right now. They just cannot finish within 2 feet of the basket.
They say that the easy buckets are the secret key to winning a basketball game, but if you make them look hard,
Yeah, and some of them have been in traffic, but others have been pretty alone. Oh, an offensive foul. Daniel McCorder picks that one up, setting a screen. He was moving out a little bit with it.
Jefferson in the same dilemma that they were in against Hillsborough. They're not going to get to the line. Their opponents will.
Samantha Wade, go Lancers, keep it up.
4.5 to go, 1 point game. And St. Pius playing a patient game right now. Not always what they're most comfortable with, but so far it's working. Boyer tries again, left iron.
Great rebound for the Blue Jays.
And you figure Eric Lawrence is maybe about a minute away from bringing Dre Townsend in to try to help give some defensive pressure.
Is it just me, or has Jalen Thornton been quiet in the second half?
He's been quiet, but he's got here's his job right here on Easton Knoll. And if he burns all his energy doing that, that's fine. Knoll cannot get a jumper to fall over Thornton. And in the ensuing rebound, I like ensuing. Nickel word, ensuing rebound. Pick up a foul, and that one's going to be on Levi Eversole, and that's 5 for him. They're going to take part of their minute that they get to sub him out, and that's going to send Claus back to the line.
When your dad runs NBC, you don't want to make a mistake like that.
No, you don't. Wyke comes back in, so one of the Blue Jay starters is replacing Eversole. Claus hits his first. Makes it a 2-point contest, 3:46 to go.
Blue Jays wanted to take the ball out. Lucky not to be teed up there.
And the release, the rotation, and the front iron. And McCorder picks up the rebound, and here come the Jays.
Threatening the press, then backing off the Lancers.
Boyer out on Hayden Wagner. Now Claus picks him up. Caden Cook with an attempted steal, gets it, cuts in, can't get the layup, and here come the Jays again. And
4
again,
on 1.
Numbers.
Oh, Thornton was able to poke the ball from Wyke, got enough of the arm to get the foul, but Wyke wasn't able to get the bucket. And I think Eric Lawrence can live with that result considering a 4-on-1. Wyke had a couple options to throw it to and didn't. But he's going to the line.
Free throws here.
Yep. Hits the first. Starting point guard Jacob Bridges back into the contest.
Somebody's upset.
Well, we got Eli Boyer hanging out in the corner hoping for a gimme 3, but it wasn't there. Makes both, and we got a tie game with 3:14 to go. Nice. Claus cuts, spins, cannot make the lay-in, and
he walked out after
Bridges was falling down as he picked up the rebound, and they got him for a travel.
I think you can have a hand on the court and you can have your butt on the court, but you can't have both.
We're at the 3-minute mark, and it's a tie game in the 4th period. Thornton doesn't find room to drive. Nager's got Wyke on him. Thornton drives the lane, cannot get that to fall, and Bridges is going to pick up the rebound.
No need to rush the offense here for the Blue Jays.
No, still a lot of time left in this ball game. Knoll pulls up, back iron, and again, I think he's forcing a shot. Nager misses another lay-in. Boyer
gives the ball away.
Boy, and you know, we talked for 3 quarters about a well-played game, and it hasn't been so much here in the last 90 seconds or so.
Blue Jays defense was not aware in transition. They got lucky on the miss and the resulting steal.
Thornton continues to hound Knoll, who frees up for 3 at the top. Front iron. Eli Boyer with the rebound, but he was, and the crowd's not going to like this. So Boyer looked like maybe he walked. But as soon as he pulled the ball down, Eric Lawrence had been screaming for a timeout. They gave it to him.
That right there might be a game-changing play right there.
And Sean Breeze let the officials know what he thought about it, and I'll be honest, I would be in Coach Breeze's corner on that one. But here we are, game reset, 1:56 to go, 46-46. St. Pius is going to have the ball.
To me, it looked like he took a couple of stutter steps and reconstituted.
I would agree with that.
Maybe this is the NBA.
Boyer, Claus, Nager, Thornton, Cook out on the floor. When Jefferson breaks, we'll let you know who their 5 are. Looks like we'll have Wyke. I know we'll have Knoll. We've got McCorder. We've got Holdenhausen. And we've got Bridges. So most of the 8 of 10 of the starting 5 are out there now.
We're hoping to have Michelle with the second place and first
place.
place.
Caden Cook finds the lane,
good play.
Fills it, they make it, and they get the foul. That could be a big one.
St. Pius caught trying to execute the double team. Left the drive open.
Yep, Jefferson got a little cute there, I think, on defense, and they paid the price.
Did I say St. Pius?
You
I meant
did,
to say the Blue
but
Jays.
that's all right. And Caden Cook found something that a lot of Lancers hadn't tonight, and that's the bottom of the bucket on a drive. Makes the three-point play complete with the free throw. 3-point game. Eisenbeis has been feeling it, gives it up, and
1-point game here.
Holdenhausen, I think. Yep, Holdenhausen with the lay-in. 1-point game, 90 seconds to go.
Good job there. Blue Jays recognize the situation, know that they're going to have multiple possessions, don't need to get it all back at once.
Thornton finds Nager in the corner, finds Cook. Cook taking his time with the 1-point lead, no need to hurry. The junior exhibiting some patience, dribbling slowly, finds Nager. Nager wouldn't mind putting one up, but doesn't have the shot, and he's going to back it out. And Thornton, with under a minute to go now, could probably just dribble out the clock if he wants to. At some point, Jefferson's going to have to do something. They try. Thornton drives, picks
Draws
up the
foul.
block after the reach-in missed, and he's going to go to the line for 2. Didn't make the bucket, but he's going to the line for a pair. 50 seconds to go, 1-point game.
I think right now Coach Breeze is just happy to see the clock stopped.
Thornton had the lane, got through it, and just couldn't finish. Cannot hit every part of the rim, but can get that free throw to fall.
Not a bad stroke. Got to clear your head and do it again.
The senior would love to hit this one, and he does. Cool and collected. And back they go, and here we go. 48 seconds to go, 2-point game. St. Pius the 10th in the lead.
Will they hold it, or do they run?
You know Knoll wants desperately to hit a 3 right here. Pushes, gets through the lane, front iron, gets his own rebound, kicks it out to Eisenbeis, who can't get it to fall, rattles all around. Rubel finds Cook. Cook driving, and they pick up the foul. And 27 seconds to go, and it's a 2-point contest.
Here's the crux for the St. Pius Lancers. Can you make these clutch free throws when you need them?
And Jefferson, 2 good looks at the basket there and just couldn't get them to fall.
They're still not arcing their jump shots as much as you would like to see, and eventually that's going to come back to bite you.
And Eisenbeis, I think, just fouled out of the game. That's 2 Jefferson Blue Jays that have gone out. Cook with his first, rattles out. I'll tell you what, these guys have been hitting every part of the rim. They just cannot get the ball to get down. And it's still a 2-point game. This cost them against DeSoto. It cost them against St. Louis Career Academy, or College Prep, excuse me. Well, it cost them here. They do make the second. 27 seconds to go, 3-point game.
Gonna be a buzzer beater here, guys. So thoughts so far, what are we causing on the, or what do we think the outcome is going to happen here?
Well, I don't know what the outcome will be, but I can't imagine there's not a play being drawn up now that doesn't include Knoll getting 2, maybe 3 screens to get a squared up look at the basket.
Right.
He's missed when he's taken a shot that he thought he had and he really didn't.
Right.
When he's been able to square up, he's been able to be effective. So right now, you've got that. You don't have Eisenbeis because he fouled out. He's been hitting some shots. You've got Wick that can hit some shots, but he's an interior target, and he'd have to deal with Claus and Nager.
Right. Do the Blue Jays go for the quick too?
I would, and then foul, because if Sean Breeze has been doing his homework, and he's a good enough coach, I know he is, he knows that the free throw line is not where the Lancers want to be.
Yes, sir.
So if they give you that easy drive to the basket, and they give you that 2 points, I go, and I score, and then I foul immediately. And the only one, the one I'm worried about the most at the free throw line is Nager. Everybody else, they can all shoot. They've gotten past that. They had a convincing win against Hillsborough where they hit all their free throws, or most of them, in the fourth quarter to put that away. But their 2 losses earlier, they couldn't shoot free throws.
Lancers aggressively on the ball.
Ooh, this is not what you want to do.
And
well,
foul?
actually, it's not so bad. That's only their 3rd foul, so they're not going to the line.
So
they've got a couple to play with. And so every time Jefferson gets in their offense the next couple of times, there's probably going to be a foul. Knoll with the ball now gives it up. You won't hear that too much anymore.
Oh, another one. 15 seconds.
15 seconds to go. 3-point game. They're not. It's good coaching.
They're
not letting them get in their defense.
Right.
Or getting their offensive sets.
We will.
On the other, Knoll drives the lane.
And he is clobbered.
He is clobbered, and Nager is going to be the one that picks up the foul. He was not shooting. And so that's going under the basket. 12 seconds to go, 3-point contest. Sean Breeze is going to take a timeout. There's one more foul to give, I believe.
Interesting chess match.
It is.
Sean Breeze, right now, he's considering his options. Wants to figure out how he can combat pretty novel strategy by the St. Pius Lancers, just to give all the fouls that they have to give.
Couldn't have been expected.
Right. Michelle will be on the sidelines with the presentation for 2nd and 1st place. Hopefully we'll be able to grab the winning coach and get a quick interview with them.
Gentlemen, this has been everything we were hoping for.
It has been.
Entertaining contest.
Yeah.
For the most part, well played. You're not going to get 4 quarters of perfect basketball.
Sure.
At the high school level.
It's hard.
In the college level, you're lucky to get a half of it sometimes. But we've had some pretty decent basketball here. I'd say some above average basketball here.
Well, this tournament started on Thursday night. So you're talking about a lot of ball being played by some teams with some short benches.
And again, we should say Grandview's done a heck of a job hosting their first tournament here.
We want to announce real quick, I'm going to go through it real quick, the all-tournament team: Easton Knoll from Jefferson, Riley Nager from St. Pius, Jacob Wittishek from the St. Louis Patriots, Brendan Myers from Lesherville, John Wyke from Jefferson, Trey Davis
here we
from
go.
Northwest.
12 seconds to go. Triple team tackle. Lancers all over the floor.
Give me a second to finish this real quick.
There we go.
Jalen Thornton from St. Pius, J.T. Isaacson from Grandview, James Gibson from Lesterville, and Jehud Ward from Christian Academy. Congratulations, guys.
That was the last foul that St. Pius could give before a free throw. Wyke in the lane, can't make it.
No.
And here comes Thornton, fouled. Wyke had a hook shot and just couldn't get it to fall. It was that quick 2 we talked about.
Right.
The hook shot is not the high percentage bucket that you were looking for, but with so many fouls to give, St. Pius took advantage of the resources that they had to stop that possession.
Thornton to the line, 4 seconds, 3-point game, makes the first, and that might be it.
There's your championship.
Yep.
(52-48). 4 Lancers behind the half-court line. 5-point game as Thornton buries 2 critical free throws. Oh, and Rubel puts an exclamation point on it by throwing Hayden Wagner's 3-point attempt into the wall, and that's it. St. Pius X has won the tournament, the Suntrup Auto Christmas Tournament here at Grandview, with a 53-48 decision. Wonderful game, well-played game by both teams. And they're going to see each other again here real soon in JCAA action.
You got to credit the Lancers defense. You know, if you had told me at a strong tournament like this that the champion would have scored about 100 points in the final 2 games and still won, I would have laughed.
No, they've won big in the 80s. They've won a lot of games like this. They're perfectly content to play this low-scoring game. Well, we saw that in the last minute there, the way they muddied it up, but it worked perfectly. And, one of the reasons they only had 2 fouls, Jefferson was hardly driving to the basket there in the second half.
That's very true.
And if you're going to drive to the basket, you're going to pick up fouls. I mentioned early in the game, St. Pius X, accustomed to playing with foul trouble, didn't really have to worry about it tonight.
There's a whole lot to like about the Jefferson Blue Jays. They have to work on getting to the free throw stripe sooner in the game. Or at all.
They're announcing the alternate team.
From St. Pius, senior Jalen Thornton.
Well-deserved honors for
Yes,
Mr.
it is.
Thornton.
From Northwest High School, senior Trey Davis.
Jalen's one we're hoping to see playing on Saturdays next year somewhere. Don't know where yet. Exploring his options. One of a few Lancers looking at some different options to play next year.
In the fall or in the winter?
In the fall. In the fall. The big one it'll be fun to see Nager getting recruited. Obviously a talented basketball player, but 6'7" receivers with sub-5 40 times don't grow on trees.
Especially not in Jefferson County.
Not in Jefferson County, and he's got the frame that I think you got to figure a college coach looks at those hands and that speed and figures I can put 40 more pounds on that frame and have myself a heck of an H-back or a tight end. He won the game against Kelly in the district playoffs with the last-second touchdown reception. So he's got the hands. Talented player. Bright future for several of these young men. Nager as bright among them as any.
First of all, we want to thank Suntrup for being a sponsor of this first year of this event, and I'm proud to hand the mic over to Kyle Pepside to give him a chance to say a few words and also present some trophies here.
Love trophies. I'm just so proud to be a sponsor here, and I'm just honored to be part of something nice, exceptional. Getting down the wire is awesome. So present the trophy to second place. Congratulations, guys. And our champion, St. Pius, baby. And our tournament MVP from Jefferson, Easton Knoll.
Well, nice consolation prize for the Jays, I guess. Easton Knoll picks up the MVP of the tournament.
It is.
Honors.
Easton Knoll, the sharpshooter, well deserved.
And we wish you all, please have a great rest of your holiday. And please,
Michelle, are you going to be able to get the interview with Coach Eric Lawrence?
Champions and the second place teams, thank you again for your attendance here at the Suntrup Auto Grandview Christmas Boys Basketball Tournament.
Hey, before you guys got any attention.
Athletic Director Tilden Watson down on the sidelines. I'm sure he's a happy camper.
Yes, very. Girls basketball team won their game earlier today. They're not going to let me come to any more of the girls' games. They're 0-3 when I'm there, so
Right.
that's the end of that, I guess. 4-2 otherwise, but 0-3 when I'm around. So I'm not superstitious, but I'm kind of stitious, and for the good of the program, I think I'll stay away for a while.
Right.
We've established that we can hex the student athletes.
I'm hexing
at will.
the free throw shooters especially.
Taking pictures, getting all that fun stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
Michelle, we're going to be able to grab Eric. No?
I'm going to do my best.
Okay.
Disappointed to see Grandview finish 8th in their
Own tournament.
but if they keep putting on classy events like this, I think it's going to help their internal recruiting. and it's not going to be long before they're placing a lot better in these events.
Well, and they've made some good hires recently.
Absolutely.
Don Jeffries was a great start. I think he's going to be fantastic here in his role as the athletic director. Brings a different point of view to it as a media background. Just got a really good point of view. And then they brought in Taylor Hassel, who younger guy, played at Hillsborough, was a prominent player for them. I think he'll generate some enthusiasm for the program and get them going. A rough year this year, but I think Don knows enough to go in for the long haul, and it should pay dividends for him.
Michelle is on the sideline with Coach Eric Lawrence.
Coach Eric, congratulations on the big win, the championship. What do you think was the key that just gave you guys the edge tonight?
I think our size helped us out. They got into some early foul trouble, which benefited us. Last two games, we've kind of just had some grit and grinded some things out because things weren't going our way, missing a lot of chip shots, but the boys found a way to win the semifinal and then the final, so I'm proud of them.
So happy for you guys. Congratulations. Happy New Year. That's it from the sidelines.
All right. Sorry about the camera work. We lost the camera there for a quick second, but great first time around here for the Suntrup Auto Christmas Tournament. Our first place champion, St. Pius, with the score of 53-48 from Grandview High School. Ray Halbrook, Max Schutte, Kurt Boyer, Michelle Halbrook, Curtis Halbrook, all of our camera people. So long, and we will let you guys know also right before we say so long, we have some upcoming games. Actually, it's St. Pius is our next one. Herculaneum will be taking on St. Pius on January 11th at 5:30, the girls, and January 11th at 7 p.m. the boys will be playing Herculaneum. So long from Grandview High School.